Hi everybody, welcome to Teach Band 101. Today we're going to be talking about the junior high lesson plan number 1 for jazz. Alright, the first thing you're going to need to do with these lessons is to be patient. Take your time. It might take you a week, it might take you a month to get through one of these lessons. So just take your time, work at your own pace. The idea is to have some fun while we're all at home and not in our band classes. So, the first thing you need to do, of course, when you're practicing at home is do a good warm-up. So please do some long tones, work on your mouthpiece a little bit, make sure your instrument's working and all the range of the instrument. Do some good warm-ups, lip slurs, whatever it is that you'd like to do for warm-ups. We'll be posting some other stuff here soon if you don't have any good ideas for warm-ups. Number 2 is our technique section. In this section, we have 2 scales for you, our B-flat major scale and our B-flat major blues scale. So B-flat concert major scale is just our major scale that you're probably already doing in band class. The only thing is we're going to add the 9th scale degree. So we're going to add the 9th, the 2nd note, up top. You want to get it up to swing 8th notes. Swing 8th notes, think triplets, 1 and A2 and A3 and A4. And then it's really important to use the play-alongs that I've provided for you because that's what's going to make this fun at home by yourself. So you basically just go to the play-along that I have there, click on the link, it'll start up, and just mess around with the scale. Just try to have some fun with the scale. See if you can find some really cool ideas just inside that scale. Here's a first example. Sounding like a professional musician. The idea here is just to get used to the sound of the scale rather than just playing up and down the scale. We don't often do that, so you want to experiment with the scale. The next scale is a major blues scale, which is a scale I like to use when teaching improvisation to students in the beginning stages. A major blues scale has the 1st scale degree of your B-flat major scale, the 2nd, and then we add the flat 3, kind of a bluesy note. Then we add the 3rd, we skip the 4, go to 5, 6, and then 1 again. And when I play the scale, I like to add the first 3 notes to the top, so we've got 8, or 1, 9, and then flat 3. So the scale's going to sound like this. Again, you want to get that up to tempo. A couple of play-alongs here that you can use this scale over. So I'll just pick one of them. It's kind of starting in the middle, but you'll get the idea. Again, just play along with that and try to experiment with the scale. See what kind of sounds, some kind of licks you can get out of your instrument, and just have fun with the scale. The next thing is your rep. So I'm going to explain this in the lesson 1, and then when we get to the other lessons, I won't spend as much time on it. But basically, when we're learning jazz music, we have to remember it's an oral tradition. So please use recordings. So whatever recording you can find of the song you're working on, try to play along with that at home since you're not at school and you can't play along with your classmates. So I like to listen to the chart a couple of times and then I'll listen to it again, but I'll finger along but not actually play. And then the 3rd time I'd play along with the recording. Then you're going to discover what parts you can't really play. So look at those chunks, try to figure out those chunks in small little pieces, and then go back and play along with the recording again. And I would do this process for all of your jazz songs in particular, maybe even your concert band songs. But definitely for your jazz songs, play along with the recordings. The next number 4 is learning how to solo. So all the jazz lessons will have a little solo section. In this section, I want you to take the major blues scale and I want you to come up with 4 measures. 4 measures of solo material that you can repeat 3 times. So we're kind of trying to come up with a riff head. So this is just an idea that some bands would use if they needed a new tune. They just come up with a riff head over a simple blues progression. So using your major blues scale, try to come up with 4 measures. And I've given you a blues play-along track. So I'm just going to play that right now, and I'll kind of show you what I'm kind of looking for here. A little tip, when you're using the major blues scale, use the top 5 notes. They sound like this. So it's 5, 6, 1, 9, flat 3. Those 5 notes. I call it the magic formula. Try to start and stop your phrases on the root in the beginning stages so you really get a sense of where the key center is. And I'll show you an example of like a 4-measure phrase that you could repeat. I'm just going to make this up, so wish me luck. So come up with 4 measures that you can repeat. Simple, think really simple. Maybe just use 2 or 3 notes, maybe just 4, or you could use all 5 of those notes. A lot of students will think they need to use the whole scale to come up with something. You don't. Just use a small portion of the scale and try to find a melody that you could sing back to yourself. The last thing in this lesson and all the jazz lessons is listening. For the junior high one, I have some must listen to albums that I've listed in here. The first one is April in Paris. Count Basie and Duke Ellington are the 2 big bands that we all kind of look up to, especially when we're in junior high and high school. So check out April in Paris by Count Basie. Listen to it at least 5 times. Try to listen to it without distractions. And if you hear something on the recording you think is cool, try to learn it. It's really important when we're listening to jazz, when we hear things we like, we just try to take our instrument out and try to learn, even if it's just 2 notes. Maybe a trumpet player played it a certain way and it sounded really cool. Try to learn it. That's the idea. So have fun, play along with the play-along tracks, and take your time and be patient. Peace, love, and music.